That is an agent that is going to get escorted out of the business very quickly. The door opener, digital signer doesn't have a place in 3 to 5 years in this business.
Right.
This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 282 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
All right, so
Word is up.
article in Now Bam.
Yes.
Nicole, nowbam.com. Sarah Lentz wrote it. Do you really understand the consumer experience? The story in here is about Lisa Chinatti visiting the O'Neill team in Long Island.
Yep, I'm sure that was a debacle.
Which, by the way, BAMX members got to live stream that. It's still up on BAMX. You can go
Where
real
were they?
word.
Were they in a coffee shop?
I thought that was Dan's off. Oh, no, maybe he had space. Maybe he had
It looked
space.
like, yeah, I mean, unless he has like a full-on bar in his office, which I guess...
That's highly likely. Okay,
I feel like it's
highly likely.
I feel like it's probable, but I didn't know where they were. I was trying to figure it out.
You can actually watch it. It's hours of content on BAMX code REALWORD to get 10% off. Anyways, Lisa's going through, what a consumer experience is. When they use something like Zillow,
Right.
when they use something like Realtor.com, she posed the question, have you, as an agent, ever gone through Realtor.com?
Right.
Like acting, use your Yahoo
Pretend
or
like-
AOL ID.
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Like Hotmail?
I have Yahoo.
You do?
Yeah.
Yahoo?
Lazine, I'm not even going to say
No.
it. I don't want people getting me there. It's for my fantasy football league. But yeah, I've had Yahoo for years. Year 18, by the way, for my fantasy football
That's
league this year.
fine.
Yeah.
It's coming up though. Like
It's coming up quick.
Soon.
End of the summer. I love end of the summer.
I hear
Anyways.
that. Wait, I'm totally going off. I hear they're doing the Lions again though for.
No, doing the Jets.
Are
For
they?
Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
It's the Jets.
My
Aaron
husband,
Rodgers.
My husband lied to me. He's like, Nicole, I think they're doing the Lions again. I'm a huge Lions fan.
No, I'm pretty sure I saw that they're doing the Jets.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay. Anyways.
Use one of your online IDs that you want all your junk stuff going to and sign up through Zillow or Realtor.com. And that might change the way you think. We know because we do a lot of Zillow Realtor.com here on this team. Lisa knows because she does the same
does a ton.
thing, right?
Yep.
We know that all the data collected throughout the country, the best way to serve a consumer on Zillow or Realtor.com is to give them what they want immediately.
Right.
That means secure the showing.
Right.
Because that's what they want.
Right.
Zillow uses the script ALM.
Right.
Appointment, location,
Yep.
motivation.
Right.
8 times out of 10, they just want to set the appointment. They aren't
it.
there to answer an essay of questions.
Right.
Are you pre-approved? Have you spoken to a lender?
Well, I mean, in this situation too, Lisa's saying that they've already answered.
Realtor.com specifically, they've
ton of-
answered a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Zillow, they haven't.
Right.
Zillow obviously
Right. Zillow just wants you to connect and move on.
connect and go to appointment.
Yeah.
And then you learn about the consumer at the appointment. That's where you're a real estate sales professional, not a door opener.
Right.
And you ask direct questions to understand their journey.
Right.
And to help them on that journey. Okay. But think about it. If you were a consumer and you call Zillow to set up a showing and then you get 15 minutes of questioning.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm out. It's like
Any
when
service.
It's like when the cookies things pops up that you're like, oh Jesus. Like I'm out.
So a quote from Lisa, have you ever created your own inbound connect from Zillow to hear what the consumer is hearing, to see what the consumer is experiencing with the text messages? How many text messages?
Right.
What are those saying? And all of that. Before they ever get to you, have you ever done it with Realtor.com? Have you looked at the landing pages and
Right.
gone through the entire process from experience from way at the top of the funnel? Because I'd argue if you haven't, you're probably missing part of the process to understand what is the consumer's mindset when they actually pick up the phone.
Right. Are they frustrated?
That's right. People say,
Right.
well, these leads they're not very pleasant people. They're not pleasant because you're annoying the hell out of them.
Right. Well,
often.
because they've already been annoyed. And now you're the first person that they're able to connect with. It's like hitting 0 and when all you want to do is talk to a person.
So then people are going to be like, oh, well, I want to blame Zillow because they've ticked off my consumer.
Right.
It's not your consumer.
Definitely not your
It's
consumer.
Zillow's consumer
Right.
that they generated the lead. If your website was good enough to generate the lead, they would have been on your website. Okay,
Right.
so you can't blame Zillow. By the way, we just had an agent on our team just secure an over $2 million contract.
On Zillow.
And we've got many deals that we do. We're using Zillow. We're using Realtor.com. Okay, so we understand that giving them that freebie. Some agents like, I would never waste my time to give somebody a free showing if I don't know that they're pre-approved.
So silly.
Then you're not a true real estate service professional.
Right.
You're in it for you. And people can see through that very quickly.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
And listen, there has been Nicole has a $5.5 million property under contract right now. You've dealt with, and I think you also have a $200,000 property under contract. So you've seen it.
You run it all, of course.
On all ends, right?
Yeah.
And everything in between. Have you experienced at times a lead who doesn't want to give you any information, but they've got millions in the bank? Have you experienced that?
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Or, I mean, again, like the 225 that you're talking about, like they just bought a house 2 weeks ago for like, so you never know what's on the other end of all of that.
They could be buying a 225 and own 30 of them.
Well, right. Or they could be, again, doing the 225 just for their kid. And then they're, but they want to know what that experience is going to be like. You have a lot of people that come to open houses too, that are sort of like, they're kind of like interviewing you. I mean, even at that $5 million, I don't know. Yeah. It's
now there's a difference between a freebie and wasting all of your time and then going on. You don't go on 20 weeks of showings without knowing if they're approved or not, because that means you haven't asked the right questions. You haven't created a rapport. You haven't built any trust. You don't know where they are in the process.
Right.
To go now let's take it outside of online leads a little bit. All right, Nicole? So Nicole, if most agents make $9,000 a year, what should they do to increase that income?
I don't know. Tell me.
I would say they should sell more homes, and to sell more homes, become a better agent, better marketer. The best place to do that is in BAMX, where we have all of our courses, Nicole, live streams,
love it,
the private Facebook group, the daily downloads for the hot sheet that you can use in your email and on your social. It's where all the top agents are. And it's not a ripoff, Nicole.
It's not a ripoff. I joined.
Nicole joined.
I joined.
Legacy real estate media companies are charging way more than what we charge in BAMX because we actually care about your business. We're not here to rip you off. We're not here to duplicate stage content and then charge you for it. We're here to give you original content and actually show you how to be a better agent. So use the code REALWORD. That's right, REALWORD, down below to get your BAMX subscription today.
I do love what Lisa's saying here, though. I will be honest. I haven't done the experience.
And the article is great, so you can read through it. You can get into BAMX and actually watch what Lisa shared with the Neil team. You can use the code REALWORD to get into there. Okay, so
she talks
now
about ISAs too, which I think is super valuable.
Yeah, like what are the ISAs saying to all of that?
Right.
Got it. Okay. Let's take it from another angle.
Okay.
As a real estate agent, should you know what your consumer is experiencing on moving, buying, and selling? Because there's a debate. I've gone back and forth with Jason Cassidy from San Diego on this a little bit.
Okay.
There's a debate that to be a good top real estate salesperson, you don't have to own a home.
Okay.
What's your stance on that?
I think it's incredibly important if you've gone through the process, for sure, so that you do understand.
But do you think there should be
like a rule? Like you can't get into real estate without buying. I don't know that there should be a rule.
Do you think that should be like a 12-month, 18-month, 24-month mission where you need to become a homeowner to truly like round yourself out as a true?
I think it goes along with what Lisa's saying here too about going through the Zillow experience. I mean, it's really hard for you to be fully empathetic and for you not to be like, oh, my client's a jerk, if you don't really realize that like they don't have enough packing paper and they had to run out in the middle of, like, or like their wife is pissed off because there isn't like there's so many where I think you could be a much better helper if you have gone through it, because you're not taking it personally. Like you're there to like be a problem solver.
There's too many agents, and this is why they want to know if they're pre-approved. There's too many agents thinking about their schedule, their drive time, their Saturday afternoon, as opposed to serving the consumers in the community who are interested in real estate investing, buying, or selling. And so they rush into, is this low-hanging fruit? Am I going to be able to secure a deal? Rather than rushing into, let me find out and learn from this consumer where they are in the journey.
Right.
Let me go through the journey with them. Let me experience it. Let me be a true sales professional, as opposed to a door opener and hoping somebody says, give me a digi sign and let's go, right? That is an agent that is going to get escorted out of the business very quickly. The door opener, digital signer doesn't have a place in 3 to 5 years in this business.
Right.
I
don't even think they have a 6-month place.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. In this market right now,
with lower transactions, I agree. So Alex on our team.
Yes.
I was just hitting some golf balls with him the other day.
Of course you were.
Alex said, man, I had to go down this weekend. His sister bought a house up here.
Okay.
So she's actually a client of his. And then he had to go down to Virginia Beach to Connecticut. And
he's helping her down there.
Help her move.
Move, like packing and moving?
Move the stuff up to Connecticut. And, a lot of driving, a lot of moving, a lot of lifting.
That's really nice of him.
Very nice. And he goes, wow. And he just bought a second house. So, he's been doing really well last couple of years in real estate. Bought a second home. Okay. So he's about to do a move himself. He's like, wow, moving is miserable. I'm like, yeah, and you're about to do it yourself here in the next month or two whenever he decides to move over to the new house.
Fun.
I said, and he does about 40 transactions a year, did 40 plus in his first year last year. I said, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
As you're helping consumers, as they're at a anxiety level 10 on closing day because they've got to do a move, because the contractor's not showing up, because they don't know, if the storage unit is going to be ready for the other stuff,
right? Because
the electrical's not turned on, because the walkthrough went bad.
Yeah.
No wonder they're at anxiety 10, and you're just like, hey, is the attorney going to have my
check going to be there? My check's going to be there, right? Yeah.
This is where true real estate professionals are going to be able to earn that commission that is in question right now.
Right.
Being able to
in future commission.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Be able to keep, to hold.
Yeah.
Is if you're actually able to understand the entire process and add value to it all.
Right.
I'm not saying you got to go start a moving company, but have you talked to 10 of them in your local market? Is there a good one out there that you can actually recommend? These are things that you should take your time in doing and creating relationships for your consumer. Because opening a door, getting something digitally signed and waiting for your commission check isn't it.
Yeah, I mean, and sort of to piggyback off of that, it almost I would hope that sort of your daily conversations include those trades, include the stagers or the movers or the painters, like start establishing those relationships. Because I tell you, there are multiple times where you're at a walkthrough and there is something wrong, and there is nothing more valuable as an agent than being able to pick up a phone because you have a relationship with one of these people and they're able to immediately come out.
Yeah.
Or at least they'll say like, I'll come tomorrow. And again, your client then immediately is like, okay, perfect. All I really need to worry about now is making sure my kids get lunch, not like, is this going to get fixed, or is this doorknob going to get changed, or is this lock going to get, like, you have the relationship and you're able to on the spot solve the problem.
Real estate agents, if you're great at what you do, you'll never have to worry about if you're going to be able to close and get a check out of your services. If you're great at what you do, you'll know when the appropriate time is to have the conversation about locking in together on the journey as a client salesperson relationship, as a client and as a consultant or advisor, whatever. You'll know when the right opportunity is because you're so well-rounded in your craft that it'll be easy for you to figure out. It's not on the first phone call.
No.
It's never on the first phone call.
Right.
That was Lisa's point. And I think unless you've been through the experience of buying yourself, of selling yourself, of investing yourself, of rehabbing yourself, of flipping yourself. We've done all 5 of those things, you and I.
Yeah.
I think every agent should go through it.
For sure.
Even if you only break even on a flip, to understand, oh, wow, investors have really tight margins.
Right.
They're not lowballing because they want to be they're coming in low because they don't have a margin to put out a great product
right.
on the other side.
Right.
You
Or,
know,
oh shit, plumbers now cost like $1,500 more than they did 3 years ago.
Every trade is way up. There
Yeah.
are definitely tradespeople that are just gouging.
Of course.
And understanding that too, right? It's like, okay, I got a feeling I know things are higher. I got a feeling that's a little higher. I got to talk to maybe 3 or 4 other people,
Right.
and get a consensus. Maybe that's not high.
Well, it's so
maybe
funny. I
that's
have
the
a
average
girlfriend
now.
that just got 3 quotes for a deck on the back of her house, and one was actually 3 times the amount of another.
Yes, you got to be careful.
And you're just like, they clearly didn't want the job. But no, I mean, yeah, it's very, because if you just saw that one.
And this is also what contractors are doing. They're so backed up. They're like, I want people to say no.
Just
They're not saying no, so the prices just keep going
Well,
up.
or they're like, sweet, I'll take it for 60G.
If you're not in the game, how do you consult people about the game?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Or again, at least having conversations, or instead of, like you're saying, opening the door and having your client, you know, sort of just chat with like the electrician. Say they're like, hey, can I meet the electrician at the house, you know, before closing? Instead of just letting them in and then like Instagramming, walk around with the electrician. Like that's like what I love the most about home inspections when I first got in, like learning about HVACs, asking questions about what it all is and what it all means. And so then you can actually say like, oh, look, I see, you know, a dual zone, you know, all of that stuff is important. Like a home inspection is never a waste of your time. Only if you're just going to sit there and, unless they read magazines still, but like if you're just going to be Instagramming the whole time.
Yeah, the relationships, the conversations, we say it all the time, got to go way up right now. Got to go way up as a real estate professional.
Right.
You've got to close the gap between you and all the relationships in your market so that you're so well-rounded on where to go, who to seek, how to do it for that consumer experience. And if you haven't already, you know, and let me know in the comments where you stand on this debate. Do you think real estate agents should be a homeowner, should have sold before, should be a real estate investor, should have done some type of investment? I believe that they should.
Right.
I believe that should be a 5-year plan to knock out all of those in your first 5 years in the business. Own, sell, invest, rent, like get well-rounded in all of it. Manage a tenant. That's brutal work.
Yeah.
All right. But let me know where you stand in the comments. Do you agree? Should agents have to go through that type of an experience so that they can really relate, have some empathy for their clients? And if you haven't already, join me in August.
Where are you going?
Because you're not going to be there.
I'm not going to be there.
Nicole's not going to be there.
I will not be up.
But I'll be there.
Down. Nope.
I'll be in Dallas in August, the 22nd through the 24th for the Tom Ferry Summit. It's the Super Bowl of real estate events. You can use code PRBAMSS to get the lowest ticket in the entire industry.
Yeah. You got the hookup?
In the entire internet world.
Internet world.
$100 off the
world
ticket.
of internets.
If you're a BAMX member, you get to go to the BAM Bash.
Yeah.
We have some agents on our team at the BAM Bash.
Yeah. Is it at the same place this year?
Different place.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's
Different
exciting.
spot.
Outside,
Better
I hope.
spot.
Better
Indoor, outdoor experience.
Love it.
DJ.
I might just come for that.
If you're a BAMX member, you drink for free.
I love it.
Okay. I'll be there hanging out. And so you've got the code for the Tom Ferry Summit. If you're going to that, pick up your ticket here. And then if you're a BAMX member, we'll get you into BAM Bash as well. First night of the event. That's it, Nicole.
I like it.
I got a training to do today.
Okay. Well, see you guys.
Are you getting me a lunch?
You want one?
You were talking about the lunch before,
I'll
so
get you
I would
one.
love a lunch. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Keep it real. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.